Imagine staring out of your window at the usual landscape, the green branches of trees, houses, and buildings that seems as though the lush greenery is slowly swallowing them up, and mountains dressed in green. You're so accustomed to this view every day. Then one day you leave for just a few days and then you return. This happens. It is as if nature is screaming at you. Didn't you say you were bored of the same old scenery? Well, here you have it. Fall is here. On the other hand, my eyes and brain struggle to process the burst of colors around me. This is the first time I have seen the fall colors from my window. After being away from the city for a few days, it felt as though I had entered a new place. It is like a relationship you neglect. Things fall apart, and when you see your old lover again, they look better than ever. They have taken care of themselves, and without saying a word, their silent revenge hits you right in the heart with a visually stunning appearance. For me, Grenoble is the feminine city. It is beautiful and incredibly hot. Its summers are suffocating, like the Sahara Desert, to the point where you feel as if you were burning. Yet, she offers the sweetness of peaches to keep you there. But be warned, if you don't treat her well, she can be as cold as the Alps. The freezing winter will pierce your bones, making you suffer. But again, she's gentle and sweet. She knows how to forgive, and when you return, she will bring you the flowers of spring, the scent of blossoms, and the song of birds. Just like that, once she's given so much and made you happy, she becomes dormant in the dream of autumn. As the leaves fall, she waits for you to wake her up next spring. This was the first time I saw the mountains covered in snow. I was so excited that even though I was exhausted from the trip, I grabbed my camera and my bike and headed to a nearby bridge to witness such a spectacular natural scene. I could have spent the entire day just watching the mountains. I feel the urge to record every second of the life and energy in this city. surrounded by nature. People here are incredible, laid back, and very outdoorsy. They seem to have an endless supply of energy, practicing the most extreme outdoor sports you can imagine. Living life to the fullest and enjoying nature are the city's mantras. A few days later, some friends invite us for a hike. We didn't have many details, just the time to meet and the instructions to bring food. That morning, just before we left, they texted us to make sure we had warm clothing for the cold weather. We left in the car and learned that the plan was to hike to a beautiful lake after crossing one mountain, where we would enjoy a picnic. The reason we needed to dress warmly was because the mountain we were heading to had snow. It was amazing to see parts of the river frozen and even the grass covered in ice. I had seen such things in movies, but never up close. It was as cold as you could imagine, or at least for me. The part of the trail we had to take was on the shaded side of the mountain, where there was no sunlight at all, making it even colder. As we approached to the mountain, we noticed that the path wasn't just snowy, but also covered in ice. For those that are not familiar with such conditions, hiking on ice is no fun. Of course, my partner and I were not prepared for that. Our friends, however, are experts in outdoor activities, so they came well prepared with poles to help with the slippery ice. They kindly lent us one of their poles to help us feel more confident during the hike. Inside, I was freaking out, trying to stay calm and pretend everything was okay. One of our friends was so excited about the hike and the lake that I didn't want to ruin her mood. I knew our friends wouldn't put us in any dangerous situation, but they were experts, and we were just beginners.
Cuando bajamos de Andorra fue algo así de inclinado.
As we continued our hike, our friends realized, or perhaps they confirmed, their suspicion.
No, al final estas experiencias a mí me gustan.
Estamos agradecidos.
Aunque ese es un niño gateando.
That we were total novices,
No.
and we wouldn't be able to make it much further. At one point, one of our friends ventured ahead to see if the terrain would get any better or easier for us to continue. In the meantime, we stayed where we were and I sat down. A piece of snow detached, and I watched it slide down the steep slope. My heart stopped. I saw my life flashing before me, just like that piece of snow.
Ay, no puedo ni encajar el hielo. Eso se fue para allá rodando.
No es.
Si no podemos empezar a bajar, ¿eh?
Ok.
Ay, no, no, no podemos hacerlo solitos. Si le pasa algo, ¿estás loco?
When our friend came back, he told us it was best to turn around since the path wasn't getting any easier. Returning would actually be more challenging. It was a bittersweet moment. On the one hand, I was happy to be heading back to solid ground without snow or ice. On the other hand, our friend wouldn't be able to reach the lake. I felt terribly guilty, thinking that if we had been better prepared or had more experience, we might have been able to make it. But the craziest part is that I loved the experience, despite how scary it was at times. I love trying new things, spending time with friends, and I think that it's these challenging, crazy, or even bizarre experiences that we cherish the most. Even when we feel close to danger, once we overcome these challenges, those are the stories we hold on to. They are the ones that help us grow and conquer our fears.
It's super cold.
No, no, es ingeniero y va empatinando algunas cosas. Ah, ok.
Y ahora está haciendo un video, entonces que te sacas de arriba.